Charlene again here, and welcome back to my channel. Wow, I can say that. First of all, I just really wanted to thank every single one of you that watched my very first video when I first launched it 2 weeks ago. I just really appreciate all the likes, the comments, basically all the feedback that I got, and it's just very encouraging, especially I'm just starting on YouTube. So I just really wanted to start this video by thanking every single one of you who supported and who's watching this now. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, so for today's video, I wanted to make something a little more relevant, closer to Christmas and to Boxing Day, since there's gonna be a lot of sale that's gonna happen in malls, online, and one way or another, we're gonna be tempted to buy certain things that we may or may not need. So I'm making this video to help you out in making more thoughtful steps whenever you do your purchases. Just a disclaimer though, I'm only sharing these tips that I find effective for me, and I hope it would encourage you to do more thoughtful purchases in the future. So let's get on to the video. So the very first one would be to watch your screen time on Instagram specifically. I personally spend like around 2 to 3 hours on the app alone, and sometimes I end up mindlessly scrolling through my feed and going to another account and then going to a website and then buying certain things that I don't actually need but I find really cute, and then I pay this certain amount and there goes my money. And it all just happened within that time. So I think if we are more aware of our time spent on Instagram alone, it might help us to consume less stuff, because then we won't see like these new things that are surfacing. And I'm still trying that right now because I do really like Instagram. I like finding inspiration there, finding like small businesses, like artists there, because it is like a good platform to collaborate and to discover all those things. But if we mindlessly just like go on the app, then we might go into the rabbit hole of, you know, buying certain things that we don't need. So watch your screen time on Instagram. So the next tip would be, if you do end up on like those websites, it's okay, just add a bunch of things in your cart, but don't check out yet. Close all your tabs and maybe see the next day if you'd remember the things you put on it. If not, then maybe you might not need it. You just like were in that moment. Moving forward, I try not to go to malls unless I really need to. When I was still working, I was close to a mall. I somehow, you know, just like passed by here and there, and one store and then another store. I would just say, oh, I'd look around, but then I ended up buying something because, oh, it's on sale, it might not be here anymore. Oh, this might be the last one, it's my right size, maybe it's for me, you know, all those things. If I don't actually see it, maybe then I won't be tempted to buy it. So I try not to go to malls unless I really need to. So the fifth one would be delete your credit card information on your phone, on your laptop, or whatever device you use to buy certain things. Because if it's like saved, then it'd be like so much easier for you to just like click checkout, pay, go, buy. If you don't have it saved, then you would have to get your wallet, you have to get your card, you have to put in your information. Sometimes I just get really lazy if I know my credit card is somewhere hidden or somewhere far from me, and then I don't end up buying the item. So that's another trick. Don't save your credit card on your devices. Yes. So the next tip is to declutter your wardrobe, your room, your living area, your whole house. Like actually take out items outside of their places or their like cupboards and see how much you actually have. Just really be honest with yourself with decluttering, because I know this like really gave me a hard time, because there were a lot of items that I was like hesitant to give away because there's some sentimental value, or I was hoping that I'd lose a little bit more weight so I could wear that type of clothing. But 1 year has passed, it's still there, still haven't worn it, so maybe it's actually time to either give it away, to donate it, or to sell it. Ask yourself if you've used it for maybe 6 months or a year. If you haven't, then maybe it's time to let it go. And after you've decluttered, you have for sure like items that are still in good shape that some of your friends might appreciate. Honestly though, I don't like plan these to rhyme, but some of it does, and I'm like, oh wow, I did that. Okay. It's, oh my gosh, it just like amazes me when that happens. I'm like, who is she? Someone like do a beatbox for me, man. Anyway, and after you've put them all in bags to give away, ask yourself, do you really need new stuff, or do you really want new items? I mean, it could still be a yes, but maybe it's something you could put off for a while. So despite all of these things, all the tips and tricks to consume less, give yourself some allowance. So give yourself some allowance whenever you do your purchases, and because we all have our hobbies, we all have interests, and that makes us unique as human beings. So if you spend less on things that you just mindlessly see on like social media and malls, then maybe you'd have more to invest in your hobbies or interests that helps you grow in the future. I highly encourage you to kind of like reflect on the things you do want to invest more on, so then when you see like certain sales, certain ads, you won't be easily swayed, because now social media is just like bombarding us with so much information in such a rapid pace that sometimes we do get swayed into buying things that we don't actually need. So knowing these things would help you say no to those that you don't need, and more yes to those that gives you fulfillment, satisfaction, you know? You feel me? So I hope you find these tips helpful. If so, you know what to do. And I will be posting another video till after Christmas. So until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and spend wisely.